A bishop and a knight are both worth 3 points, but in a real game, they are never equal. Here's why. Welcome to the Imbalance Series. 8 episodes, 8 factors, one complete system for evaluating any chess position on the board. This is episode 1. This is the phase where most players get wrong every single game. I'm Sumith, 2000 rated on chess.com, and I can tell you from experience that understanding minor pieces changed the way I play the game completely. By the end of this video, you'll know when to keep your bishop and when to keep your knight and how to use the imbalance to your advantage. Okay, let's get into it. So what is a minor piece imbalance? It's just one side has a bishop and one side has a knight. Same points on paper but completely different on the reality. The question is never which piece is better, but always which piece is better in this position. Okay, let's see when the bishop is better. The bishop thrives in open positions. When the center is open, pawns on both sides of the board, the bishop becomes a long range weapon, right? It controls entire diagonals that your opponent simply cannot touch. See, these two bishops are monsters in this position. But close the position, block the center with pawns. Suddenly, the bishop is staring at its own pawns, going nowhere. Here, the knight is on the outpost, but the bishop is completely blocked. Since the knight doesn't care about open lines, it jumps. When it lands on an outpost square, a square your opponent can never attack with pawns. It sits there forever. It's called a permanent knight outpost. The knight is a monster there. So in closed positions, knights are favored. But if you do have a bad bishop, you have 3 options. The first one is to exchange it for opponent's good piece. The second one is to put your pawns on the opposite color of your bishop to open its diagonals. The third one is to get the bishop out of the pawn chain. Bishop that escapes out of the pawn chain is never a bad bishop. Okay, in this position, it's black to move and there is a bad bishop on e7. So the main plan is, if you have a bad bishop, you can do 3 things. 1. Exchange it. Can you exchange it right now? No. Next, put your pawns on opposite color of your bishop. These all pawns can't be moved right now, so we can take off plan 2 also. So plan 3. Bring the bishop out of the pawn chain. So we can get this out of this pawn chain via d8 to b6 and it will be a good piece on this diagonal. So the first move that comes to my mind is knight f7. And then there. Yes. Remember the 3 things from today. 1. Open position, bishop wins. 2. Closed position, knight wins. 3. But if you have a bad bishop, either exchange it or put your pawns on the opposite color of your bad bishop or try to bring it outside the pawn chain. That's episode 1 done. We have covered the first imbalance, superior and minor pieces. In the second episode, we are gonna cover about pawn structures. Okay, see you all in episode 2. Bye bye.